So joining us today on the show is a professional singer and vocal powerhouse with over 10 years of experience in the Nigerian music industry. She rose from being a background vocalist for so many prominent artists to becoming a songwriter, recording, and performing artist. Ladies and gentlemen, let's make welcome to the show this afternoon, Funmi Arewa.
Hey, welcome.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for having me.
It's
So good to see you guys. I'm always seeing you on TV. Now I feel like a celeb too. Like
You
seeing all of
are.
you.
You're a star.
Thank
You are a superstar. Well done. I read your bio and I saw that you've been doing a lot for a while, especially with the fact that, some people will just see you for the first time and they think that, oh, this person is just coming on the scene. They wouldn't know that she's been writing songs. She's been, doing a lot of stuff, especially, the one that caught my fancy, that you have done some commercials. And that's so interesting. Cashing in, like low-key, chopping and cleaning mouth. Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
These are hard. You have to hustle.
All right, so you just want to tell people about your journey. How did you start? How did you even start singing? Did you go to a coach to help you with your voice and all that?
I never did that initially. I mean, it's cliche. I mean, we all started in the choir, like everybody. I was maybe like 8 or 9 when I started singing. My elder sister was the one that was singing. I wasn't, but I just loved what they were doing, and I started doing that too in the choir, and basically started from there to like joining a group. I remember Destined Souls or something that time, and then after Destined Souls, I joined TKC, the King's Chosen. We started going places, performing, singing, and from there I started working. Then I started working with Folon Shalakija. Somebody recommended me to work with a choir. Then after that, it was just pretty much doing jobs for doing backup for Praise, The Pulse back then. Just a lot of, that's how it started. And then it really started for me, like my journey, saying that, okay, I can be an artist. It was when I went to Project Fame.
Okay.
That was like season 8, that's some years ago now, and I was front runner-up. And then, so I came out, this, everybody's like, wow, everywhere. So that's where I realized that, okay, I think people like to listen to my voice. I think they like it. Okay, maybe I should, fully go into this thing. And that's how it pretty much started from there to The Voice to every other thing. To adverts, to commercials, to movies, and all of that.
All right, so you've spoken about your own vocal part, but let's talk about the songwriting aspect as well. Okay. How did that start out, and how did you know that, oh, I'm actually a really good songwriter?
Okay, because when I was growing up, I loved to write. Like, I would just make these little stories on my brother's computer then, because he was the only one that I had in our house, because he was an IT student. So I would just go and write stuff about friendship. I loved writing, like, just short pieces about things. And that's where I knew that, okay, I actually really love to write stuff. But then I didn't really know I love to write songs. I just found myself, when I'm listening to a song, I found myself writing my own song on the song.
Wow. Oh, wow.
So it was just like, I would just find that I had words, lyrics that I wanted to put on another song that I was listening to. So that was how I knew that, okay, I think I like to write down something. I started writing my own songs, and I didn't know if it sounded good, but I was just like, let me just write them. And my ears, it sounded like, oh my God, it's really nice. And I was always afraid to sing it out. But then when I started working with brands, I realized that I was able to write I started working with artists, like I would write songs. I would be part of like the songwriting team for their works. And it pretty much just started there. Then I would write even for the commercials and,
Which was your first gig? Writing gig? Major?
God, I can't even remember now.
Because you don't long.
I can't remember now. It's been, I don't know, maybe an advert. I don't know if, we're on air, so I don't know if I think it was for an advert. Okay. That was the first one that I wrote, and then I did this for Yemi Alade and this I think she's from Sweden, another artist. She's from Sweden, so I wrote for them, And then after that, I worked with Chidima, Adesua. It just pretty much was going from there. I can't really remember, like, because it's been a long time now, you know.
Okay, so now that we've established the fact that you're a songwriter, you're a singer, you have good vocals, how did the voice coaching start? Because you coach people, and I'm sure many people have been like, oh, you sing so well. Can I learn? Can I learn? How did that start?
I think it started for me with the experience. I just realized that I had very good ears for music, and I could pretty much, when I'm listening to someone, I could tell like maybe what they would need to sort of work on, you know, if it's their tone, if it is, I just could tell certain things. And then when I went to Project Fame, you know, getting coached by Ige, and Uncle Ben and a lot of those guys, you know, it was 3 months of a lot of coaching about voice and all of that. So I learned so much, and then I started doing my own research, like reading up about it, like trying to improve my own self, you know, and that's how I got the knowledge. So I didn't even know that anybody would want me to voice coach them. I didn't want to do it. Like, it just so happened, like, okay, you're good at this thing. Why don't you try it? I'm like, really? I just do it for myself. And I just started doing it for people, and it worked really well. Then I was a judge on on a show that they had in a singing competition and all of that. So I just saw that, okay, people were improving. I was not doing any major damage to anyone. So I was like, okay, let's do it. You know, let's go. So that was
All right. So I would like to know, do you believe in carving a niche? Or just doing everything like, okay, so I'm vast, because of course we have more than one talent. I believe that everybody has more than one talent, and so they can do so many things. Because the other day we had somebody here, Kent Edunjobi, who did Kunle Afolayo's and Nicola Kwani's Nonsom, and he said that he believes that not everybody will be a Davido or a Wizkid, and so he's carving his own niche, doing you know, soundtracks for movies, which is your very, very strong one, that you say that this is what wake me up anytime. This is what I enjoy doing the most.
So I think, for me, I feel like it is relative. So I believe strongly that you should carve for yourself a niche. Like, you should be known, you know, for there should be something about you that people can say that this is you. That's like your brand value. It's like your unique selling point, you know. So you have to have that. I believe, like for me now, after some years, I got to understand certain things better, and I realized that no matter what I'm singing, I always wanted to sort of, if you listen, my EP is out. Like, if you listen to my EP, you would know that this girl is either a Yoruba girl or she's somewhere from Africa, or, you know, so because you would see a lot of that, the African inflections in my voice, like when I'm singing. So that for me was how I curved mine. So for different people, you could decide. I've always said it, that in Nigeria, the problem is that everybody wants to be an artist, and it's not feasible. That's what I think. I feel like you can be a writer for a movie and you do so well. Abroad, you have recording artists that don't even perform, and they make a lot of money. So basically, whatever works for you. Like for me, I stayed out of the major screens for a long time, just working backstage. And to some, they feel like you failed because you're doing that, because they're not seeing you on TV. Yeah. But I dare to tell you that the people that are making the most money, you don't even see them. Like, they are behind the scene, and they're making more money than even the artists that you're looking at.
Preach it, sister.
So
woo!
I believe that you should create something for yourself, something that is after you. Like, when you're gone, it's still going to be there.
Yeah.
Because a lot of time the artists look at, like, some years after, you're not really hearing anything about them. And then your works are not... I mean, I was still talking about this to someone, that there was a song that they've done for, like, maybe over 20 years now. And then there was a movie that came out, and they bought that song, and she made millions of dollars. This is something she probably didn't make a lot of money, like
then,
you know, but she made something that could cross time, something that had a vision. You know, when you're creating, there has to be something behind it. Yeah.
Ah, you know where you can breathe. Welcome back, guys. We still have singer-songwriter Funmi Arewa in the building. And you just checked out a music video for Breathe.
Yeah.
So what was the inspiration behind Breathe? Was it a phase you were going through, or did something happen? Tell us.
Okay, the truth is, it had nothing to do with what I was going through. But I had a couple of friends around me, and I could see there was something, I don't know, it was just like that season. Everybody was just in relationship with people that they don't even know where they are going. It's like we are confused.
They don't know.
Wow.
You understand? Like, you know that thing that happens with a girl, and then you know that people, they are doing something. But you, in your mind, you feel like something is a serious thing, but you don't really know because today is
What are
feeling
we?
like,
What are
you know,
we?
what are we, you know? You know, so in my mind, I was just like, okay, I wanted to write something about that, how a lot of, you can be confused as a person, like you don't really know because the person is giving you mixed, it's basically about mixed signals, like you don't know, so you're confused, but you want to be there. So in the case, like, she wanted to be there. So even though she was seeing mixed signals, she still wanted to be there.
Interesting
You know,
stuff.
so
So when I saw your video, I was like, you're giving me some Lizzo vibes right there. I don't know whether is she one of those people that you like?
it's funny because I didn't even know her for a really long time.
Oh, wow.
You know, then
Interesting.
when I got to know her, I'm like, wow, I really like what this. I feel like she's also an inspiration for me.
yes.
But it wasn't like that. Wasn't how I didn't set out to be like.
I guess
she wasn't.
it's-
Yeah, but I really feel like she's doing really great. She's
So
doing
are you
amazing,
going to be
yeah.
talking about plus size issues and all that too? Because I mean, that's a major
It's
challenge for
yeah,
some people.
a
and
lot.
the way people
I feel like
body shame.
I hope that it's one of the things I would really like to do. Like at some point, I would even like to have my own fashion line for people that are like that. Like that's one of the things I have in my mind because that's some of the things I got bullied for. You know, yeah, when I was in Project Film, because it's just, you know, there's just a way they sort of feel like the music industry is for a certain figure. I'm very happy that Adele proved them wrong.
Yeah.
You know, I just feel
but
like...
Adele has done something to her body.
Yeah, but I guess that's like, maybe that's personal to her. She might want to, that might make her feel better. But the fact is, even before she did that, her voice was heard. You understand? And she really blew up. It wasn't about how she looked. You understand? So she going down was a hard thing. It wasn't it wasn't like it was affecting her music or something. But you find that, especially in this part of the world, you know, they just have a way they expect that if you're an artist, you should just have this figure eight and you should be very slim. And, you know, I just feel like it really affected me back then. I remember I would have to think about it like, does it feel like I'm not good enough or I don't look good enough or something? But so I had to do that work on myself, on my mind, to tell myself that, girl, like you're hot. Like I look at myself in the mirror and I'm like, babe.
Body positivity.
Like, babe. I'm telling you, that's what I really say. I preach to everybody. I was still telling somebody that was feeling that way, I think marital stuff, and her husband was making her feel like, you know, maybe she wasn't looking good or something. I was like, you need to look at yourself in the mirror and be like, God spent time. As in, just take a look at this beautiful curves.
Mirror.
Like love, you need to, I'm telling you, you need, and if you're not okay with like how you look, do something about it. Like work out, do something. Don't just be stuck and feel sorry for yourself and feel, no, but that's not attractive.
Yeah.
It definitely
so,
isn't.
yeah.
All right, so I have a question for you. In the news today, we took that Thames co-wrote Rihanna's new song for the Black Panther movie. Once upon a time, songwriters were in the background like, hey, don't let them know. Do you get, like, it seemed like something that was very taboo, but now it's being celebrated. We're having it in the news and all that. You feel like songwriters are now getting the recognition that they deserve?
Well, here, we are still getting there. Not yet there. I feel like it's not really, because over there, it's something you do. Like I worked with a UK producer on a movie, and it's not, they don't ask the question. Your name is there, your everything, you know, they give you the publishing, all of that, your credit. So you have your royalties, you have all of that. But over here, it doesn't work that way over here. Like even to dates, like you will write songs for people, they won't even put your name, they won't even give you credit.
Wow.
You understand? They won't give you credit for what you did, and you can imagine if that's my job and that's all I do. How do I sell my market? Because the person I sold it to is not willing to say anything. So, because that's where your market, when you know that, oh, she wrote this, then I can have another client who will be like, I like what you did with this. But over here, it's still pretty much the same, really.
Yeah, at least we're growing.
We're getting there, but I'm so happy with what is happening with the music industry, though. Like, everybody wants to be, like, doing something with Nigerians, Africans. It's amazing. I couldn't have seen this coming, like, years ago. Thames on wow.
Yeah, time is now. Africa to the world. Amazing. Okay, so with everything that you do, we want to know what we should expect from Funmi Arewa, the brand. What are we expecting musically, songwriting, even as a coach and as a judge?
Like, in fact, like the name of my EP is called Dawn. And I called it Dawn because for me, I would really love you guys to listen to it and just tell me what you think, maybe afterwards. You know, but Dawn means it's the time after the dark period in your life. It's the time, it's been so long, I've waited for so long, you know, and it's now time, it's the morning, it's my beginning. It's basically fresh, new, beautiful ideas. I'm going to be doing a lot of things. I'm ready to roll out because now I'm happy with myself. I mean, being blown or not being blown is not what fulfills me as a person. So now I'm ready to just do what I love doing and just have my own people that will love my music with me do it. So I'm going to be writing a lot of songs. You're going to be seeing a lot of music from me. I'm going to be dropping singles after this, videos. You're going to be seeing stuff like fashion stuff from me. So there's so much to come.
Oh, wow.
And a lot of movies too, a lot of movies.
Interesting.
I'm not leaving my work.
I wish we can actually just be here and talk some more, but then time is very, very luxurious to us right here. All right, so thank you so much, Funmi Arewa, for coming on the show.